and welcome to Amazing Jessy Show. This week will be the third episode of the series we've been having for the last 3 weeks, which I have entitled, What Do Children Need from Their Parents Anyways? And if you haven't watched my last 2 videos on the last 2 episodes I've done, you can see those videos in the right-hand corner, the top right-hand corner of this video in the eye. Oh, it should come up right about now. Anyway, so today we're going to be going into the third episode of this series, and for the last 2 episodes I made, they have been kind of long, so I'm going to try and shorten it down for you guys. And if you're wondering where you are right now, you are still in the same room, just a different angle, so I hope you like it better. So let's just get straight into the book, so this won't be way too long. So as I said, for the last 2 weeks, the first one we did on listening, and then the second one we did on understanding and knowing us. And now the third chapter is called, let's find out, We Need Our Parents for Guidance. If you need an introduction into this book and all of my other books I've written, make sure to go check out my last 2 videos. So, we need our parents for guidance. What is the definition of guidance? Let's find out. Guidance is to help and advice about how to do something or how to deal with problems connected with your work, education, or personal relationship. Guidance is a thing I think everybody needs. I think in any point in life, somewhere in life, you're gonna need guidance from anybody. You might need guidance from your parents, your friends, your teachers, people around you, your colleagues, your boss, anybody. You might need guidance. And I think guidance is something that you can't have guidance if you have pride. Pride is a thing that makes people more likely to go off to the wrong track, because someone who's too prideful thinks they don't need guidance. Someone who's too prideful thinks that, you know what, I can do it on my own. Someone who's too prideful thinks they don't need help from anybody, thinks that life will always just lead them by themselves, thinking they're so great that anything they do, they can do it by themselves. And sometimes maybe you can, but a lot of the time, something you don't know, something you're unfamiliar with, you need guidance. And that's a thing a lot of children need these days, need any days. They need guidance from their parents. But I think with every chapter in this book, each chapter correlates with the next. Like, no child is gonna come to their parents for guidance if their parents don't even listen to them. You can't really guide your child if you don't listen to your child, know what you're guiding them about. And then no child will also come to a parent who doesn't understand them, who doesn't know them, who always just thinks they know, well, you know what, it's your fault. You're off the wrong track. It's your fault you don't know what to do. You're not listening. But you know what? We're trying, and we come to you for that guidance. In every chapter of this book, I think it's like a piece of a puzzle. You can't finish the puzzle if you're one piece short. You can't finish the puzzle even if you have one large piece, but you're missing that small piece. You can't finish the puzzle without all the pieces. And as this book is trying to get you to is a happy home. And you can't have a happy home without all these chapters. So, guidance. So let's see what else this book has to say about guidance. I think in about almost every chapter of the book, I have like a list of things you can do to help you with that chapter. Like this chapter has things you can do to help guide your child. So now I'm just going to read some of the headlines and see if I can explain it without, showing you exactly what's in the book. So the first one says, explain rules in advance. And I think, wow, that is a big one. Explaining rules in advance. I think that rules are not there to catch you out, but they're there to guide you. When you have rules in place, do they really make sense if your child doesn't know what the rules are? I think to really help your child follow the rules, know how to behave, know what the ways of life are in this household, is if you explain those rules to them in advance. The next one is, involve your children in setting family rules. The reason I wrote this one is if, say your parents have come up with a huge list of rules, to think, yes, we can't, yeah, truthfully, children cannot just have control over the whole house, but they feel more involved. They feel like, yes, this is something I made, when they have an involvement in setting family rules. You guys can compromise together. Say, okay, you can't watch television the whole day, but we'll give you a few hours a day after you do your homework, after you get your chores done. And if you guys come to that agreement together, they'll feel more involved, and it'll give them a more likelihood of actually following those rules. Next one is encourage good behavior with rewards. This is one of my personal favorites, mainly because it's not a thing just, oh, if you pick up that pencil, you know what, you get $100. No, nothing like that. Stuff like, say, if you finish cleaning, if you pack the dishwasher in the morning, if you wash all your plates, if you clean the kitchen, if you sweep your room, maybe you can get an hour extra television, or you can have like a bar of chocolate, or like €2 or something like that. Show them that if you do good, you get rewarded. But also, if you do bad, it comes with consequences. So they know that if I do this, what comes out of it? If I do this, what comes out of it? So that, I think that one is very important. And then next one is speak positive. I think that speaking positive, that's something. Instead of saying, I have some examples here. Instead of saying, you made a big mess, now go and tidy up your room, say, darling, your room is a bit messy. Could you go and tidy it up, please? Or instead of, get away from that glass, say, sweetie, that glass is very fragile. Come beside me so it will not break. Show them with a sweet voice. Show them that, you know, every time, like, maybe I'm about to break something, but I'm like, Jessica, and like, that gives me more likelihood to about to break that. Sometimes you need to just correct them with a calm voice. Say, Jessica, could you go tidy up your room a bit? Like, it was a bit messy. I'm like, okay, mom, sure. Instead of, Jessica, your room is so messy right now. Can you please go and tidy it up? Even without the please. Instead of just like shouting at them, ordering them around, maybe like show them what they're doing wrong. Ask them to go and fix that problem. And then the next one is iron it out. Let me just read this one because it's very short. Children make mistakes and might not even know they did. But in this situation, the best thing to do is sit your child down, tell them what they did wrong, show them how to fix it, and if it was a genuine mistake, let them know they are forgiven. So don't just, if you make a mistake, go to your room, you're punished. Maybe like, show them, you did something wrong. It was not a good thing to do. Next time, maybe don't do this, do this. And if they show that really, if they show that it was a genuine mistake, they did not mean for it to go like this, show them that, yes, you made a mistake, but you are forgiven. Yes, you made a mistake, but I still love you. And the next one is, I think it's the last one, it's a pretty long one. Teach by example. This one is, it's like, not just say, do. Your child will not just follow what you say all the time. Yes, it's harder and it's easier to just say stuff and it work out like that, but will the children follow by example? If they see that their mother always keeps the house tidy, always speaks positive, always, maybe has a clean room, they'll be like, oh, well, this is a thing my mom is telling to do, but she also does it. So it's not like, oh, I want you to do all this stuff, but I wouldn't do it. It's like, I want you to clean up my room so we can all have a nice, clean house. I'll say, okay, mom, sure. But if you tell your child, oh, Jessica, go and clean up, go tidy the room. I finished tidying my room. I walk into your room and tell you that I'm done, and it's like a pigsty. Just an example. I think that children will be like, oh, but mom, I wanted to have a tidy house. It's a thing that if they see you do it, they'll be like, oh, this is something we're supposed to do. This is something we do. So teach by example, not just words.